Getting to the bottom of that just got a whole lot weirder. Welcome to a new series from Let's Get to the Bottom of That. A series that will unravel the tangled web of belief, manipulation, and power within some of the most secretive and dangerous cults of our time. What drives ordinary people to surrender their lives to a cause that to outsiders seems incomprehensible? How do charismatic leaders turn devotion into control, faith into fear? In this series, we will delve deep into the chilling stories of those who escaped the cult's grip, the investigators who sought to bring them down, and the families who were torn apart by its influence. Each week, a new episode will reveal a different cult and its dark history. Revealing the disturbing tactics used to recruit, brainwash, and maintain control over its members. Join us as we explore the origins of a different cult each week, the psychology of its leaders, and the desperate struggles of those who fought to break free. This series isn't just another story about a cult. It's a journey into the depths of human vulnerability, the search for meaning, and the terrifying power of blind faith. Welcome to the Cult Series. Welcome into another episode of Let's Get to the Bottom of That. I'm your host, Byron Dice.
Did we not?
Hello, my conspiracy nuts. Changed to what?
The intro music?
Dude, that's the same one I had last episode.
I know. I noticed that.
That's Ozzy, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So,
Dude, that guy never ceased to amaze me. How does he not make any sense while talking normally?
How is he not dead?
That's a good point, too.
He's even said that in his lyrics. I don't know why I'm still alive.
He's, I don't know.
But anyway, yeah,
No time clock?
I did
No time
change.
clock?
Well, I just wanted to switch it up because when I heard this in the radio, I was like, that's a great intro right there.
I don't mind
That's
it.
how my mind works.
I don't hate it. I don't
I
love
like
it,
that.
but
I like
it.
the bass in the beginning, and then all of a sudden it drops,
Okay.
and then we come on the air.
Okay. Hey, like I said, I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I'm biased, you know.
Well, I'm a rocker at heart,
Hey,
so
I'm an 80s synth guy.
I'm that too. We'll bring it back.
That's okay.
We'll bring it back.
Yeah, I don't really like it at all.
Okay, so that's so 2 against 1. Let me know in the comments below. Hey, Robbie Harkness just joined us on TikTok Live. Leonardo DeSalis, Tyron14. Welcome to the program. Anthony Electri. A lot of people joining the live stream. It says they've joined, but I only see 3 people watching, so that's weird.
Well, they joined up and they said,
They joined, said, "I'm dapping.
This
I'm
guy
out."
sucks.
This dude, his hair is there's Superman above him. I'm not going to do it.
they're
But
like,
anyway,
Ozzy Osbourne?
yeah, he's like, I hate it, but I don't like it. What did I do? Oh, welcome into the program. I feel like everything's, just off the rails. Welcome in, my conspiracy nuts. You're listening to a podcast where each week we delve into the topics that everybody wants to know about and everybody wants to get to the bottom of. By the way, we're in the middle of a cult series, which, shout out to Joey. This was his baby. He said we should do a cult series.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Me?
Yes.
I said that?
Yes.
Where was I?
Jason, back me up on this.
I don't. if he did. I think you made that up.
No, he's the one that mentioned we should do a Colt series. I wouldn't have done this at all.
Oh,
I don't
you
want to talk about this crap.
You don't like Colts?
No, because I want to join them.
Yeah. I'd be
They
sucked
sound
in.
fun.
I'd be sucked into every single one
They
of them.
sound fun.
Especially
I
the one we're
think,
going
I
to
think
talk about.
Jason said it's not fun being the members. It's more fun being the leader.
No,
Yeah.
you get paid more money as a leader, but it's way more fun as a follower.
Ah, that's a good. Well, welcome on to the
It's a
mic,
quote from The
Jason
Office.
and Joey. Welcome back into the studio.
It's a quote from The Office. Yeah.
Oh, good one.
Yeah.
See, I have to go back. I've binged that series
Yeah, Creed
a
says
lot
that.
of times. Creed, I love his quotes.
Yeah.
Now, are
He's
you
got the best
guys?
ones. Oh yeah, I remember you from the parking lot. Just out of the blue, there's some girl in the office. I remember you from the parking lot.
The
Anyway,
Office is pretty good.
Yeah.
Have you? You guys. Which one's better, Parks and Rec or The Office?
The
man?
Office.
They both had their spin
Yeah.
on. Now here's the deal: Parks and Rec didn't play it as, "Hey, we're doing a documentary."
Mm-hmm.
They just played that camera style,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and they broke the fourth wall.
Mm-hmm.
But they never said, "Hey, we're doing a documentary." So that was a little, I don't know.
Didn't like that one.
No,
Well, I liked it. It was funny in the fact that they had good content and it was funny, but
Yeah.
they were using the same concept, but
Sure.
they didn't go all the way and go, "Hey, we're shooting a documentary on office work."
Yeah.
So they never acknowledged that there was cameramen in the room with them,
where?
or did on Parks and Rec.
Oh, they did. Yes.
They did?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, I'm
Yeah,
totally okay. Y'all can
but it's-
slap me in the comments.
Yeah, no, it's different style. I mean, I love Parks and Rec. I mean, I think the characters are great. Ron Swanson.
Yeah,
best.
every one of them had their quirkiness to add to it. Yeah.
Andy. Chris Pratt played Andy. I loved
What
it.
was the one guy, the Indian?
What's his name?
Yeah.
Raheem Swami.
No,
Something like that.
no. It's
He kept coming up with these perfumes. Hey, look, side boob.
Yeah.
John
Oh
Ralphio.
my gosh.
She's the worst. Have you met my sister? Yeah, she's literally the worst.
And that they was making companies.
Yeah.
Like, here's
Yeah.
a free iPad.
Don't be suspicious. Don't
Be suspicious.
And don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
See,
Welcome in
better.
James Scudder, 38. Brianna joined the live stream. Brian Miller, thanks for coming in. We're doing just to let you know what we're doing here. We're recording a weekly episode of our podcast called Let's Get to the Bottom of That. You can find us on Spotify. If you click on my link or my profile right here on TikTok, there's a link. You can go and follow us on Spotify. We publish every week, every Monday at 9 a.m., and we're just recording a live stream of us recording that podcast.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you hear this podcast on Monday when we release it, you can go, "Oh, they live stream on TikTok?" Well, then go over to TikTok, follow us there. We're also on YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook, and Instagram right now.
Yeah, I've thought since
Let me see if Rachel Perry joined. Oh, Tay joined. Okay, so what up, Jack? Oh, we're just
Yo.
zoomed in on Jason's shoulder, that's amazing. So I haven't figured out this whole portrait. I've got the landscape, because if you look at YouTube, it's landscaped. Of course, that you can't.
It's fine. Hey, let me.
Why is it only on his
going
shoulder?
back-
because it's
okay.
it's portrait. And
Going back to Parks and Rec.
Sorry, Tay.
Side note. Did you know in every Seinfeld episode there's a reference to Superman?
yes,
Okay, I thought about doing every episode of ours have a reference to The Office.
well, see, now that you've said that, the Easter egg's gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
You know what I'm
Okay, I'll
saying?
do something
Good, because nobody
I'll do something else.
because
Okay, I got it. No, I got it.
I okay,
Got
but
it.
you're not gonna even tell us, right?
No, I don't tell you. I won't.
Holy
you
cow!
won't-
It's on Byron's face.
See, I'm perfect on the Instagram.
Yeah.
See, for some reason the camera's just centered. I know what it is. It's the camera, because I got a high end camera up there that's on Jason,
That's it.
and these are low end.
Yeah, we gotta listen. We gotta get more subscribers, bro. If you guys want to see more of Jason's
Tay
face,
said it's no problem. I like his shoulder.
yeah, it's a problem. Okay.
Yeah, it's fixed. Let's go to Joey's camera.
Hang on one second.
Wait, that's Jay's. Yeah. See, there's wait. Let's see what that looks like on Instagram here.
Robert Bottles, you want to fill in for Glenn at volleyball next Thursday?
Hey, what's up? Sky Daddy 26 just
Hey,
joined.
Sky
Wait a
Daddy.
minute. Let's see if the camera switches. I tell you what, this show is good. Off to a start.
Hey, skip forward.
10 minutes. 10 minutes in.
I mean, by now though, our listeners know that there's 12 minutes of utter nothingness. I know that.
I've got a card. I've had a look. There it is. So you're kind of perfect. Your head's there.
Yeah.
So
Dude, why don't you guys tell me I need to trim
see,
up the back
Tay's
of my
like
neck?
laughing out loud right now. I love the Sasquatch above your head. It just makes sense.
It does.
And you got the camo rocking. Actually, I'm better centered than you are.
Is that in TikTok or this is on?
Oh, this is on Instagram.
Oh,
right
okay,
here.
because I'm moderating TikTok. Or
You
not
are, yeah.
moderating,
So
just-
Herbert Durbert just joined on TikTok. There's a lot of people joining on TikTok. So
don't
Tay's on Instagram. Who do we have on Face? Nobody's on YouTube.
Okay.
So that's great. Anybody on? I don't know if anybody's on Rumble. So let's get on with the show, guys. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Last week's question of the week was, what is the code name for the U.S. secret government project to build a saucer-shaped UFO aircraft? The answer is D, Silverbug.
Ooh, okay. Didn't think that was gonna be it.
So there you go. This week's question of the week, and I know many listeners love taking these poll questions. Conspiracist claim that Sir Francis Bacon wrote a number of literary works under what pen name?
Any relation to Kevin Bacon?
Probably,
Okay.
because it's always 7 degrees. A, C.S. Lewis, B, William Shakespeare, C, Charles Dickens, or D, Sir Francis Sausage. I'm going to have to go with Sausage.
I will say William Shatner.
William Shatner is a great answer if it was on the card. But anybody that wants to answer this question, also live stream, you can't answer this now. But when this is published in a couple of weeks, just scroll below on the episode that you're listening to and answer the poll question. Sir Francis Bacon wrote works under what pen name? There you go. I'm sure nobody cares about that. But let's just go over. We went over that. Any current events we need to talk about real quick before we get into the show? Because today we're talking about the children of God. And just saying that sounds like not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm a child of God. Matter of fact, I've sing that in a worship song probably in church. I am a child of God. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
But this is a serious sex cult,
Oh, yeah.
which we're going to get into.
I'm
But is there
a
anything
sexy
current events we need to go over
king.
before we get talking about
Oh, okay.
Is-
No. I don't know, man. That's it.
okay.
Yeah, lots
Bottom
happened.
of that. Hey, thank you for that, Jason. Like the video. He's pushing the live out. So
Lots
that-
happened since our last recording, man. It's just
I mean, yeah, since the
just
last
wonder
recording,
where to start.
I mean, the election's probably over by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was before
Hey, are
it
we
even
going to do a
started.
live? Jason's been mentioning to do a live stream during the election night.
I
Is
don't
that
know.
possible for us? Because
it's hard for me to even watch the election. You know what I mean?
yeah, just that day, just
Yeah.
watch all the stuff, the coverage. Hey,
I
is the
just
graph
can't.
going up? Oh, he just won. He just won California.
And like, wait a second, he actually didn't
Oh,
win
wait
Georgia.
a minute. We got some new votes coming in from
Yeah.
a burst pipe. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on a second. There's a bunch of dead people that
Wait
voted.
a minute. There's a whole empty lot here that voted for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it pans to
And
like.
it's suddenly exactly what I needed to win.
Wow.
And then the camera pans to Hillary Clinton, and she's,
she's
like,
like,
"I am the Senate."
And then you got Cackle Harris.
Yeah, that's just crazy. I won.
What's that quote that you gave me, Jason? It was, what has been will continue to be.
Oh yeah, that one I forgot.
Remember
She's
when
crazy.
Remember, the thing that has been is always going to be before you have it.
and can be
And can be
undone.
undone before you get there.
Dang.
Did you
dude.
just fall out of a coconut tree?
What does that
Oh.
even mean?
It means nothing.
I don't know. There's some
She
depth to that.
rambles. Look, he's always going to pull some depth out, like surfer buttholes.
Listen, dude, there's something
Surf is
there
life.
that we need to get to the bottom of what that means.
Sfaguzzi, Sfagazo. It's doesn't exist.
Let's talk. Where did I hear that?
The audience will know.
You've got great quotes, Jason. I'm just going to tell you that.
I love quotes. I love movies.
How about this one? No. You're not making the same mistakes. You're making new ones.
I don't know that one.
Oh, here's a good one.
That's Jurassic
Ask
Park.
me about any movie.
You don't know anything.
Ask me about a movie.
Our, our
how
last
about,
co-host was the same way.
Last Friday.
That's a good movie.
Okay.
That's a good movie.
That's a.
Yeah, that's a good movie. You just got
We got a
knocked.
clown show. Look, the children of God is what we're talking about today. We're in the middle of a cult series,
Mm-hmm.
and we're talking all things cult. So, for the next probably 8 weeks, when you see this episode published, it's going to be about a cult.
If you don't like Colts, don't watch.
Just tap out. So so far we've went over Jonestown, and we just finished up with. Wait a minute, what have we done? Oh, Scientology, Church of Scientology, and we did Heaven's Gate, and we also just published. Man, what did we just do? Oh, the Davidian, the Branch Davidians.
Yeah.
So I was just letting everybody know.
Waco,
So today we're
Texas.
talking about the
Oh,
children.
dude, you never put that Jonestown video up, you chungus.
Oh, dude, when I
You
was working,
forgot.
no, I didn't forget. I got in here, started doing all my editing because all my editing time is on Sunday, right
That's the-
before the next day is
Hey,
publish day.
that's
That's
the
all
Lord.
the time I've got.
That's the Lord's day.
It is the
dude.
Lord's day. That's
How
why
dare
he's
you.
in this.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? He's all in this.
He's all, yep.
So that's why I have to do it on that day.
Okay.
So the children of God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
It's all right, dude.
Um,
I'm not that upset. Just a little.
Jesus had 2 sisters and 5 brothers. Where is his aunts, cousins, nephews? DNA today? Question mark.
That's a good question.
That just came in on the TikTok the comments.
Mm-hmm.
That was Peter Anthony,
Yep.
3. You going to answer that?
Oh,
Thanks for the gift, Skylar. I appreciate that. Oh, so Jason is monitoring the.
I'm trying.
I
dude.
appreciate that, bro. Children of God was originally named Teens for Christ. What's wrong with that? That sounds good.
Wait, his question is, where's the bloodline of Jesus?
Oh,
now?
you want to go into that? You started.
wanna know
You
that.
started going. He
That's a
said
good
Jesus had
question.
2 sisters, 5 brothers. Where is his aunts, cousins, and nephews?
We got to find it, dude. I bet you could freaking
Oh,
figure that out.
Of course, they had a whole lineage. Look at Matthew. They did the lineage from David all the way to Jesus. Why couldn't we do it from Jesus to
There is someone somewhere that's related to Jesus.
and that family?
That's dope to think about. And I've never gone there mentally. And I'm glad I have, because that's going to be my new obsession.
Thanks for that.
Thank you for
You're my obsession.
my obsession.
Okay.
What if I'm related to Jesus, dude?
He wants to start a cult. Oh no!
Wait a minute.
Another one and another one.
Maybe that's why these people are. They think that, like David Koresh thought he was the Lamb of God because he was like, "Hey, I got DNA of Jesus."
Hey, and that is another human condition. They
Well,
set themselves up.
I'm
to be
pretty
God.
sure. I'm pretty sure that.
Oh, somebody said Ancestry 23. Find them.
Yeah, we're looking it up, dude. I'm pretty sure the what was his
I'm
Mayor
pretty sure the
Selassie?
Pope is.
Mayor something Selassie, the Rastafarian religion.
So
He
you're
could trace-
saying
he could
Bob
trace-
Marley?
He could trace his lineage. He's Ethiopian. You know how Ethiopia, they always like keep ridiculous records.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
He
yes,
could
yes.
trace his lineage all the way back. I'm pretty sure he's related to Jesus, which is why they worship him as the Messiah. That's just off the top of my head. Anyway,
Why wouldn't they worship him as the Messiah?
well,
Oh, I thought you were talking about
That's-
Jesus. No, you're talking about dude.
I'm talking about Mayor Selassie.
Oh, gotcha.
yeah, that's the whole Rastafarian religion.
I have lineage, so I'm going to worship you.
We have 14 people in the TikTok feed. That's great. That's the most we've ever had.
Yeah, appreciate that. Share, like, and yeah, share this out. I don't even know what to say on TikTok. Hey, Dick just joined.
Great name, dude.
That's you don't hear that anymore.
yeah,
Yeah, it's usually Richard.
yeah, usually. I mean, that's parents with balls right there.
yeah, they got it, dude. They're like, my kid's gonna go out there and just spearhead
Yes,
this world.
right.
He's just gonna take it.
It's just going to go
By the
right
head.
through it.
He's gonna
Yeah.
take it head first.
Right.
Wow.
It's just going to be right between the sheets.
Wow.
All right. They want all our followers. All right. Speaking of that, children of God, what were they into?
Jesus. We're the worst. We're the worst.
Well,
Okay,
it
they
goes
were-
along with
they
what
were
this cult's
orig-
about.
Yeah, for real. Originally, they were called Teens for Christ.
No way. Really?
Yeah, Teens for Christ. Okay, most of these cults, including the Jones, David Koresh, all of these kind of blossomed out of that whole hippie
Yeah.
movement in the 60s, kind of Jesus freak, Jesus followers,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like that movie that came out with the dude that plays Jonathan Rumi that plays Jesus on the Chosen.
Yeah.
What was the name of that movie? Jesus Christ Superstar?
No.
That wasn't it.
What was
Anyway, that was kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
communal, love, peace.
Mm-hmm.
We're all in this together. No hatred. But after 1968, they gained some popularity, the Teens for Christ, and they changed their name to the Children of God. And also, they were called the Family of Love.
Yeah. Not all bad.
So, has been shortened. So now they're just the Family International. Now, this reminds me a lot of upcoming episodes we're going to talk about is the Manson family.
Yeah.
Mm.
This reminds me a lot of that because they're called the Family. I'm like, why would you connect yourself to that cult,
Mm.
knowing what happened there? So,
Like the Gotti family.
right.
Welcome,
Why would you do that?
Welcome to the family.
It's
Hey.
not. It's Gotti,
Hey.
not Grotti. The
Hey.
R.
It's like Fast and
Hey.
Furious.
Don't forget the cannolis.
We're family now.
Don't forget the cannolis.
Mama mia.
Going through the sheets. I mean, we're going through the mattresses. Why'd I say the sheets? I don't know. Oh, we forgot Grumper.
Oh, he's here, dude.
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick. I know y'all talking about sex cults and stuff, but I don't know if y'all know this, but Roll Tide.
Hey, we knew that, Grumper.
Thank you, Grumper. Yes, Alabama's winning today. I don't know. This is going to be one of those shows that we're like, how's anybody listening to this?
Well, this is one of those things that's hard because it's like having the sex talk with your kids. You know what I mean? It's like, it's a weird
Yeah,
one.
so they were now known as the Family International. So the Family is a controversial new religious movement
Mm-hmm.
that originated in the late 60s. It was founded by a man named David Berg,
Mhm.
also known as Moses David or Father David.
Is this what the song Amos Moses was about?
Is that a song?
Yeah.
Wait, I've heard that.
Amos Moses was occasion, lived by himself in the swamp. I'm just kidding.
That sounds right, though.
Probably.
I wonder. Well, the group is notorious for its radical beliefs, authoritarian control, and allegations of abuse. So here's how old this dude is. David Berg was born February 18th, 1919,
Okay. Yeah.
in Oakland, California.
Yeah. Sweet.
1919? I don't know when he died. Somebody should look that up.
Dude, that's the
He
roaring.
can't be. Look,
He grew up in the roaring 20s, bro.
my mother-in-law is
Great
85. She was born in 1939.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way this dude's still alive. Can you look that up, Jamie?
Who's Jamie?
He's somebody. Look that up, Mr. Grumper. I didn't know this, but Joaquin Phoenix was also in this cult.
Yeah, dude. Have you seen the Joker?
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is this?
No, that's serious. He was in this cult. He was a part of the Children of God.
Yeah, and so was another famous actress. I think her name's Rose McGowan.
Rose McGowan's in it. She was she had a huge role in the Charmed show,
Mm-hmm.
and she was also in a movie about high school.
But I
girls
think
or
they were
something.
only in it when they were like very young.
Yeah, because a big thing with this is you raise your kids up in this. Because a
Yeah.
lot of people that are on documentaries talking about this are children that grew up in it, and now they're not, and they're like,
Hence the Teens for Christ.
I can't. Yes, and they're like, I can't believe I was a part of that.
Yeah. Toddlers for Christ.
Are you looking up his death? Thanks, Joey. David Berg is a former Christian minister. No, I don't know why they said former.
He died at 75.
Yeah, I mean, dead.
1975.
No, in 94 he died at
Oh.
the age of 75.
Dude, he was young.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's young, but
Well, I mean, 75.
that's pretty old.
Well, I think old is 90s.
No, I don't know.
Because I'm hoping when I'm 75, you're not going to go, why, he's still
No,
old.
you're old, dude.
You're old now.
I didn't want to say it.
Oh, thanks, Skylar, for sharing the live. Appreciate that. We're recording a podcast, which is going fantastic. Okay. He founded the Children of God in 1968. By the way, that's when I was born, 1968.
It's a good year, man.
Yeah. During the counterculture movement in Huntington Beach, California, Berg preached the message of salvation through Jesus Christ, but he combined it with anti-establishment rhetoric.
Rhetoric?
Woo! Hold
Those
on.
R's, man. They're menacing.
Rhetoric.
Rhetoric.
Those
Rhetoric.
R's are menacing. That's yeah, dude.
Rhetoric.
R's are menacing, though. That's why you.
They'll
that's
get
why
you.
it's called murder instead of mukduk.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mug dog.
How about that?
How about that? How about red rum is murder backwards?
Really? Where'd
Yeah.
you learn that from?
The Shining.
Hmm.
The movie.
What's that?
Exactly.
Stupid,
Okay,
man.
he so he was like anti-establishment. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Corporate, down with the patriarchy, down with capitalism, that type of stuff. He spoke against mainstream Christianity.
Did he really?
Yeah. So mainstream, I guess mainstream at that time would be your
Billy-
Baptist,
like
your
Billy Graham.
Methodist, all the mainstream that were just even keel. Here's how we do it. Capitalism, traditional family structures. He spoke against that. That's weird.
That is weird.
That sounds like Black Lives Matter.
Really?
Yeah, on their website they were against the nuclear family.
Huh.
Yeah,
So what kind of
it
family
was
do
on
they,
their.
what do they want?
Oh, I mean, whatever you put together, but not that one.
Yeah.
Not a man and a woman and 2 children.
Can't happen.
We're against that.
Not going to happen. It's not what the
No,
country needs.
it's not going to help our society.
Okay.
Let's see. Here's what he promoted. Here we go again. Red flag. Communal, nomadic lifestyle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It happens every time. We've talked about these cults. The commune is always in there with them.
Yeah.
Initially, the group presented itself as a movement based on evangelism. So I'm out in the streets. I'm in the soapbox.
Giving out
Jesus is
tracts.
God. Jesus is God. Give your life to Jesus. You're a sinner. You're going to hell. You need to join us and join our commune
Mm-hmm.
and live in a colony so you don't get sucked up with the rest of the world.
Mm.
Yeah.
So they would travel to spread their message. So they rejected the materialism of the modern world. So they wanted you to sell everything. And they based it on that scripture of leave everything, sell everything you have, and follow me.
For the rich young ruler. Or no,
Yeah.
no, that's not rich young
That
ruler.
is it. Yeah, that is him.
Oh, that is?
He was like, tell me how I can have eternal life.
Yes. Okay.
And he was like, okay. And he went through the 10 Commandments. And he was like, I've nailed that.
Because he done it, did he?
I've already done it. All right, here's one more thing you can do. Sell everything you got and follow me. I don't know about that one.
Mm-hmm.
And he went away sad because he had a lot of money.
He did. That's literally what it says right there in Matthew.
Right, and it does say that. So that was based on that. They were like, hey, sell everything you got. Come join our commune. Everybody's going to share everything.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what's yours is mine. What's mine is yours. Well, how do you get – I don't know how you get stuff. So, I mean, I didn't get that deep into it. So I don't know what their commune looked like.
A socialist society.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
But the thing is, materialistic modern world. Let's think about this. Just say the 70s. What would that look like? No car, no house. But you got to have food. So what would be materialistic? That the things you need to survive.
I think
Outside of that would be materialistic.
I don't think they didn't have those things. They just didn't own them.
Oh, good.
It's kind of like my buddy just gave me an example the other day of like China's a socialist society, right? So
I thought they were communist.
communist, socialist, same thing.
Oh, it's all the
Same
That's
thing.
right.
There's some differences. People are probably like, you're an idiot. You don't know the differences. You
I'm a
didn't-
keyboard warrior.
You didn't research nothing, you nerd. Understand the difference? We get it all the time. Listen, it doesn't.
We get
bother us.
it.
But anyway,
I got you.
China, they have we get these notices all the time. Like, oh, there's so many billionaires per square mile of China. But there was this company, I don't remember the name of the company off the top of my head, but this guy was like, this company was worth like $140 billion. And then he started talking trash on like the state of China.
Oh.
And then all of a sudden, he just wasn't the owner of the company anymore. And he was gone and came back, and he was just a normal guy because he never truly owned it. He was just a manager of it, you know?
So they placed him in that.
Yeah, they placed him.
He
He might have grown it himself, but he never truly owned it. So they're like, this is property of the Chinese government.
The C.
You're out.
CP.
We'll put someone in. Peace out, Girl Scout. You're gone. Taking it to this, it's kind of the similar thing. this person's home was their house, but they manage their home.
Yeah.
It's not truly theirs. It's part of the community. Everyone gets a key. Everyone goes in. They can live there if they want. That's how I'm understanding it in my brain.
That makes sense.
You know, they shared everything,
Yeah, everything. Yeah.
which We
yeah,
have-
would so having said that, that's why I was getting at they rejected the materialism of the modern world, but they're still sharing things.
mm-hmm.
What were they sharing? That's what I was talking about.
Mhm.
The normal things to survive: food, water,
Good
air.
vibes.
What?
Good vibes.
Good vibes,
Well, I mean,
guitar.
the original, like the Church of Acts, did the same thing.
They based a lot of that on the Church of
They
Acts too.
sold everything they had.
That's the scripture they were talking
so
about.
that everybody had what they needed.
That's
No-
what they were talking
and
about.
it says no
I'm
one
sorry,
was
I
lacking
misquoted.
anything.
That's the scripture they quoted. I misquoted. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
Little
But-
guapo.
but it's yeah, it's just I don't know. It's hard for me, like as a Christian, to like understand. You read the Bible. I talked to somebody last night about this. I was like, the Book of Acts, like it talks about Christianity, the original church, how they basically were not they weren't socialists in a like a government standpoint, but they did live like this, you know, and it was all governed by God. They all helped each other out. It was like truly like a commune type environment. But the difference is they were doing it out of their love for God, not because they were told to. You know what I mean?
Right.
So this is kind of like bordering the lines of like, oh, you join our cult,
This.
you have to do this now.
Yeah, and they had all these strict rules they had to
Mhm.
abide by.
Yeah. Instead of being at Holy Spirit driven, they're like, this is no longer yours. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah, they had to give up everything. And there was rules that were written down, which I mean, if you're teaching your children, raising them up, if you're a Christian, you teach these values to your children, because you feel like this is the right thing to do.
Yeah.
But they were like, hey, here's the rules: no smoking, no drinking, all the things that it's normally the Christian taboo thing. They were real strict on this in the community.
Yeah,
So
don't smoke, don't chew, don't go with girls that do.
yeah, don't do any of that. It's good stuff.
Now, here's an off topic
Go.
a little bit. I mean, we're 33 minutes in.
Yeah, we're about to take a break. Go ahead.
Okay. Why? Where in the Bible? Like, this is a genuine question. People like the Christian culture is you can't say bad news. You can't drink. You can't smoke tobacco. You can't do any of those things.
I do
right?
all those.
Where does it say that at? In the Bible.
Oh, you mean all the don't do this, don't do that?
Mm-hmm. Or is that a
there's-
societal thing that Christianity is coming?
No,
up
there's
with?
letters that Paul wrote specifically. Now I don't know about.
You're talking. I mean, he talks about.
I know he
Ephesians
says
5.
don't be drunk. I know he's talking about don't be a drunkard,
Mhm.
and that's one of the things that people can't inherit eternal life or drunkards.
Yeah.
But that's to not be drunk is to not drink. So you can
Not necessarily.
you can reverse roll that. Like I'm going to drink a little bit, but I'm not going to do enough to get drunk. But a lot of people can't handle that,
Mhm.
and they get drunk anyway. So it's like, hey, you know what? Might as well abstain from that because it may lead to this because you can't handle it. So
Yeah,
those rules are probably put in place because of that.
maybe
No, I know I don't drink because I know I'd be in that situation.
it's just too much for you.
Well, I
Yeah.
when I did drink, I didn't drink socially. I drank to get drunk.
Yeah.
That was my purpose.
It's not just to enjoy.
I wasn't
it.
like, hey, this beer tastes great. No, when am I getting hammered?
It's time to go. It's
You know what
party
I'm saying?
time.
That's why I drink. So I can't do that because I know that's where I would go.
Dude, I love the
Yeah.
taste of beer.
It's hard.
But
just
I
like
think the
piss.
problem is,
horse piss.
I think the problem is when people like, you know, the Christian culture is to look down on people that enjoy like an occasional cigar or an occasional
I
glass
mean,
of wine. Because I grew up.
I
in
don't
that.
inhale cigars, right?
No, you
Or
taste them.
pipe. So
I mean, if
that's
you're
not
on
going to
a,
hurt your body.
if you're
See
on
what
a
I mean, though?
yeah, if you're on a Schwarzenegger,
Yeah, I
inhale.
know what you're saying. They what is that? Well, he's not a good Christian.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not doing he's not
Like
towing
how?
the line.
Yeah, you
How
can't
dare
say,
you, man? How dare you?
Don't
Like,
say piss. Don't say shit.
Yeah, I love a good I love a
yeah,
I love a good pipe.
Don't say damn.
yeah. You
Don't-
Can't do any of that, or you're not a follower of
You
God.
can't say
dude.
asshole.
Right.
You can't do any of those.
Let's just bring them all out.
Hey,
Wait,
you
is
got-
this R-rated?
Is
So
there
we
any
can
more
only
that
do
you
one
got, or-
F word.
I mean, I got more.
I got more, and I'll ruin your podcast, Byron.
Yeah. Hopefully there's no followers listening. But you see, we're doing it right now. The only reason we're acting like that is because there's this like weird.
Yeah, and I grew up in that in the Southern
You know what I
Baptist
mean?
Church. That all was taboo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I need to get to the bottom of that.
it wasn't really a. Hey, it was more of a hey, this is the Christian lifestyle you should live.
Yeah.
Are these things right here?
Sounds like a cult to me.
It probably is. Well, speaking of cults, got my camera on. We're going to take a quick break. And after these great sponsor messages from Spotify, we'll be right back. And I know we haven't talked about it much, but I'll talk to you about how many communities were around the entire world for this Children of God. We'll be right back. All right, we're back from the break. Appreciate you hanging in there, especially on the live stream. I know it was a little long, but hey, the people that were listening, it was just 60 seconds.
That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it was my fault. I had to go urinate.
Well, I don't think that everybody had to know that, but sure.
Hey, thanks for telling us, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're talking about David Berg and his Children of God cult. By 1972, this utopian vision of living a simple Christian life dedicated to spreading God's word had over 130 communities around the world. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
130 communes across the globe. He had over 10,000 members. And they just started in 68. 72, 10,000 members? That's some growth right there.
That is, man.
That sounds like a mega church.
Well, how are they growing so fast?
Oh, they're on the streets.
Just getting out there.
Dude, I saw one video. These people went to London, and it's just a group, and they're so happy.
Mm-hmm.
And they have guitars, and they're just skipping through the streets, singing worship songs,
Yeah.
just as happy as a lark inside of a boot.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that guy's happy, but it sounds right.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. David Berg stated that California would fall into the ocean during the Great Tribulation.
Yeah. That checks out.
It's still here. So you said Berg died in what year?
94.
94.
October.
So yeah, you missed that one, David.
Well, he didn't say
oh,
that the
oh, he said
tribulation happened yet.
Well, he said during the Great Tribulation,
yeah. The 7 years of tribulation.
it would fall into, and it would happen in 1989.
Oh, okay. So he was a little off.
Yeah, he missed it. So he died, and I wonder what he felt like it was 1990. He was like, maybe I was off a bit.
He probably did what the Heaven's Gate people did and just switched it up a little
Yeah,
bit.
let's just switch it up. Hey, you know what? I messed up.
I got my numbers mixed up. It's 98.
Yeah,
Not
let's move it
89.
out of it. You know what? The year 3020.
He's like,
The world is over.
yeah.
And how about?
God spoke to me that night? It was a little blurry. I
Yeah, you know what?
what?
There was some chicken involved.
Yeah, my hands were greasy.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a chicken liver.
Yeah, the chicken liver. Todd Bentley, thank you. Shout out. That's what I was going to think about was everybody that puts a date. Why don't you move it out to a time where you know nobody's going to be alive?
Yeah, we're just dead
And yeah,
because
like
there's
the year 4020.
because there's no precedence.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, it's
Just
like
say it and like, hey, believe me, it's going to happen.
people are procrastinators, dude.
Like, don't say 1989 because it's already come and gone. It's over and you're a fraud.
Yes, but in the time that he was doing this was 72.
Yeah.
People were like, "Oh, we
Hey.
got 15 years, man."
And that's the way they lived.
Yeah.
They lived like the world was ending. So they didn't care about anything.
Mm-mm. Nope.
No jobs, just out, just doing whatever.
Didn't matter, dude. They're out there on the streets playing a guitar.
Just, yeah. And they were happy. So also, he said the second coming of Jesus Christ would be 1993.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why. I think the 90s, Jesus was going to come back a lot in the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
I feel that's a theme.
Yeah.
For some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah.
So this basically, to boil this down, is a doomsday cult. It's a doomsday sex cult. Because not only was Berg leading people on the streets to give out tracts and play guitars and be happy, he was also a notable pedophile.
Ooh.
Oh, that woke Jason.
I don't know.
Yeah, that woke let me go to Jason's camera here.
Yeah, I
Just
don't-
see the face here about, okay. So I'm going to keep reading this and I'll get your responses here.
Okay.
So he was a notable pedophile? Pedophile. So as a child, this boy in church, when he was going to church, taught him how to masturbate in church.
Oh, like in front of everybody?
Well, no, just like in the pew. Here, let me show you how to do this and not get caught.
Oh, when he was a boy.
Yeah, when he was a boy, this other child, hey, let me show you how to do this.
Does that-
We're in church service. Let me show you how to masturbate without getting caught.
So I don't know this. Is that? I thought pedophile was like an adult. If
Well,
it's a
no,
kid
I'm
to
just-
kid.
Well, yeah,
Is that
I'm not
that's
saying
still
this is
pedophilia.
pedophile. I'm saying this dude was already
He was a
sick
weirdo.
as a boy.
Yeah, he was.
I'm masturbating in church
Well,
behind the pew. When Joey's like, well, what's wrong with that?
No,
yeah.
I'm
Been there, done
but
that.
I get what Joey's saying. Like, he's a kid. He learned that. He was obviously
molested or
molested
something.
and abused as a child. and he learned that behavior, and he was a child, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, I hear what you're saying.
So we need to
Okay.
find David Berg's parents.
So, well, let me follow the sentence up.
Continue on.
So when he was caught by his mother
Uh-huh.
masturbating in church during her service, guess what mom did? Mom forced him to masturbate in front of his dad.
Okay, well there you go.
That
Well-
checks out.
That's-
What?
And then there was a monkey involved named Bo Jingles.
No, that was Mr. Muggles.
Oh.
Mr. Muggs or something.
Mr. Muggs.
Jones
Rest in peace.
donated, yeah.
Rest in peace, Mr. Muggs.
So mom said, "Hey, if you're going to do this, you're going to masturbate in front of your dad." Dude, how humiliating
Poor
is that?
kid. I feel bad for the kid, man.
Um
What a sad life he lived.
So he would write these notes. They called them Mo notes, M-O, because they called him Moses David. So he would write this thing out, and they called it Mo notes. And he wrote thousands of these to his followers over the years. In one of the notes, he noted that he described his sexual preferences.
yeah.
So he would just describe his preferences, and they would come out with these weird drawing illustrations that would show people having sex with animals.
Yeah. Mermaids.
Yeah, all weird stuff, and like it was completely normal. And one of the things he said he regrets was he never got to have sex with his mom.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he had severe abuse as a kid. Yeah.
Obviously.
I mean, it's
I regret to have sex with my mom. So he would write in the Mo letter. So he would actually, and during the worship services, he actually encouraged members to think of themselves actually, literally having sex with Jesus while they worship. That's what they wanted in a mental picture of me having sex with Jesus. That's my worship service.
Good Lord Almighty, dude.
So in order to get around the homosexual thing, because that was taboo,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this where you draw the line? The male members, he said, you need to think of yourself as a woman
Mm-hmm.
to avoid being
considered
a homosexual with Jesus.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So,
There you go.
I mean,
Problem
that's where you draw the
Problem
line.
solved.
Listen, like the other's not bad enough, but oh, hey, you know what? We need to make sure this homosexual thing's in check. So the guys, for you to have sex with Jesus, I want y'all to pretend you're women. And then we're good.
Yeah. Wow.
What?
Wow. This poor kid, man. I mean, at this point, could you even? I mean, that's the thing, dude. Could you even be mad at this guy? Like, who do you blame in this particular situation?
The blame.
Who do you blame? Is it his parents?
Well, I guess the
Is
I
it
guess the
Grandpa who
ultimate
touched him?
blame is the fallen world, and
yeah. I'm gonna tell you a story real fast.
Okay, here we go.
Because it's on the subject. I know a guy, and I'm not gonna say his name just for obvious reasons, just
Yeah.
to stay anonymous. But
Sure.
he's very talented musician. He grew up in the church. He was in the worship team. All these things. Grew up playing in the band at church. All this stuff, and something similar happened to him at church. They, from my understanding from the story that he told me, is that before they would go on stage, or if they had to go perform at other places, the youth pastor, the worship pastor, would make him and others watch porn.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they would masturbate, and he would teach him, was like tell him how to do it, and the worship pastor started to get more popular and stuff, and he's still out there, doing his thing. The guy, obviously doesn't keep in touch or anything like, but it shaped my friend's view on so many things, so many things of his life. Just think about that. If you're a kid and you're
Well, we're talking about the same
yeah.
thing right
Yeah,
here
if
with
you're-
this cult.
if you're a kid and that happens to you in church, right?
It's not normal.
It not only is not. I mean, of course,
It's
it's
not
not.
okay.
But it's
it feels normal at the time. Because
imagine how
it
that
gets
warps
normalized.
your warps not only
Yeah,
your sense of self and reality, but your sense of and your view of God and
Yeah.
the church and the children of God, the people of God. It changes things. It just changes everything. I mean, it's incredible how this. I don't know if you guys know this. I've talked about this before because we've had conversation, but especially at a young age, especially this guy is this cult leader that we're talking about here.
David Berg.
If he had some, obviously he had some kind of sexual abuse, but at a young age, let's say under 11, because under 11, anytime there's sexual abuse under 11, that formative years, it gets so engraven into the circuitry of your neurons that it is like eating and breathing, because the same
Right.
neuron pathways for eating, for the survival of eating, and also for sex are woven together. They go the same pathways. So during that time of development, from when you're born to 11, you're
Not developed for that yet.
right, not
That-
yet.
yeah.
And so if they start to connect and start, because there's a saying, when neurons fire together, they wire together. So if that's the case in such a young age, that circuitry is so deep and so cut into the fabric of his mind that, I mean, that's why his whole life is revolved around sex. That's why this cult is a sex cult, because that's his life. That's
Yeah.
him. Anyway,
Man,
it's wild.
dang.
Dude, so you personally, this guy that's a worship leader told you this.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I've got so many questions.
Yeah. It's
Offline.
yeah, dude, it's wild. And but it's not just in these cults. It's
Well, I mean-
it is in the church, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's more than unfortunate. But anyway,
It's weird that, yeah. So I think the cult series that we're talking about is manipulation of people that are vulnerable to get them to do what you want to do.
mhm.
That's the cult thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't have to be this widespread, with a label of the Children of God or
Sure.
Jonestown. It could be as easy as what was going on in
Yeah.
the back room. It didn't have to be labeled a cult, but they were doing the same thing.
Yeah.
They were getting
Yeah.
someone to do something that they wanted them to do.
Yeah. Exploiting people's weaknesses or desires, or it's crazy.
All right. So that being said, since you said that, as the group expanded, so did their extremism. One of the most notorious practices that they did was called flirty fishing.
What is that?
So, beginning in the 70s, Berg encouraged female members to engage in sexual relationships with potential converts to bring them into the faith.
Mm-hmm.
Flirty fishing was coined for women participating in this practice. So, this tactic was led to accusations of this is like prostitution, which technically
No, it is.
kind of
they-
is.
I think they even knew about it. Like those drawings you talked about, they would write that they're a whore for God,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
all
some of those
these-
drawings I saw were like it had a picture. Well, talking about having to physically or mentally go there with Jesus, they would have drawings of Jesus with some dude or some chick just wrapped up in like a
yeah,
kissing him, like it just made me feel nasty.
It does. It
Ugh.
grosses me out to even think about it.
Yeah.
Very nasty.
So sexuality was central to the group's theology, which led to allegations of sexual abuse, exploitation, particularly of women and children. Berg's writings and teachings, which were disseminated amongst members, blurred the lines between faith and sexual promiscuity, with some claiming that Berg condoned and even encouraged the sexualization of children within the group, which that checks out.
Yeah.
Because, look at himself.
Yeah.
It's almost normalized with his neurons firing and got wired.
Mhm.
So it's this is probably a thing that I have to practice.
Yeah.
Or it makes sense. Berg claimed to be a prophet. He received direct messages from God. These messages, which he called the Mo letters, which I told you about, they were regularly dictated to the daily lives and the beliefs of the members. They often contained extreme prophecies reinforcing the idea that everybody that was a member was part of this chosen group that was going to survive the end of the world. Berg's leadership was absolute, and dissent was not tolerated. Members were required to submit to his authority, cut ties with outsiders, including their own families, and devote themselves entirely to the group's cause. The cause.
It's because
There it is again. The cause. Many members worked long hours evangelizing and doing other forms of labor to support the group, which was heavily reliant on donations and the communal sharing of resources. Now, in the late 80s and 90s, ex-members started speaking out about the widespread abuse that was going on inside this cult. Many reported sexual abuse of children, forced marriages, psychological control. Survivors described a culture of manipulation where dissenters were punished. Extreme measures were taken to control members. One of the most damning pieces of evidence was the testimony of Berg's own family member, his daughter Deborah, and his son Ricky Rodriguez. Both later left the group and publicly condemned it. Ricky, who had been groomed, that checks out. That's what pedophiles do.
Mm-hmm.
They groom children until they get old enough, and then they move on to the next. After leaving, who had been groomed as a future leader, became one of the most tragic figures associated with the Children of God. After leaving the group and recounting several sexual abuses that he had suffered, Rodriguez struggled with deep trauma. In 2005, he killed one of the group's former members, whom he believed was responsible for his abuse, before taking his own life.
Here, let me read this to you.
Go.
So this is a couple of the followers. So he said that he saw the sex acts. They were seen as holy. So the children of God, the law of love, dictates that free expression of love and therefore sex is holy. Followers were even encouraged, like you said, to imagine that Jesus was always present when they were having sex, including that when they were masturbating. And one Mo letter included the suggestions of phrases Jesus might like to hear during the act of self-love, such as, "I receive your love, Lord, with open arms and open legs." While the practice of dirty talking the Messiah is just odd, two children of God practices nudge the cult into potentially criminal activity. The first was an involvement of children in sexual activity. Children in the group were taught about sex, often via demonstration, from a broadly unacceptable age, and often from as young as 3 or 4. For many of the children and the children of God, watching adults demonstrate sex was as far as it went, but there were stories of child sex abuse within the cult. Certainly, a group that openly preaches relaxed sexual attitude towards the age of consent can attract pedophiles and abusers, and the children of God definitely did. I'm going to read this too. In his Mo letters, Berg called laws against incest crazy. Upsettingly, David Berg was the one who absolutely fine with the idea of incest. He called the system laws against incest crazy and believed that neither age nor family ties mattered if you acted in pure love. David Berg was a bad person.
Wow.
Yeah.
Furthermore, he would send women out to lure men into the cult with their vaginas. Women were sent out to bait or fish for men in bars and on the streets where it was possible to get paid for help to help fundraise for the communities or communes. Mo letters on the subject of flirty fishing referred to FFers as hookers for Jesus and God's whores. Investigations
My
by
gosh.
Interpol and the FBI became frequent, particularly once parents left the group and started looking to get their children back. In many instances, children didn't live with their parents in communes. Children's of God's most notorious and well-known practice was the flirty fishing. referred to casually as effing or in the Mo letters from the late 1980s, raids targeting reported child abduction or abuse in family homes occurred in numerous countries, the most significant in Argentina in 1989 and Australia in 1982. So, there you go. That's all I got. Crazy stuff, dude.
We'll be right back. No, we'll be right back. No, we won't.
Yeah. Weird, dude. Freaking weird.
Yeah. So a lot of the kids were like raised up in this.
Yeah, from 3 or 4.
Yeah, like raised up in it. Like this is normal activity.
Watch your parents bang. This is normal. It's disgusting.
This
It's disgusting.
I was gonna say I don't know if this is the worst one yet, but it sounds like it is.
Well, you know why we took so long to get to it now? Because it's weird.
It sounds like it is the worst one ever. Oh,
Yeah.
this dude. Okay.
Yeah, it mirrors that.
I'm kind of
It mirrors
speechless right
that
now.
sex magic thing that like that Aleister Crowley. We need to talk about him on one of these episodes too.
Yeah,
But that
he's
would be
the,
another one that would be very weird to talk about.
Yeah, him and Anton LaVey.
Yeah, same thing. Started from a young age. They'd use that like I don't even know. I don't know. Anyway,
Well, the legacy, the Children of God is now largely viewed as a destructive cult. So everybody's labeled it as that. That manipulated and abused its members under the guise of religious devotion. Yeah, this dude.
pervert.
How?
dog.
How would you even? Joey's showing me a picture of David Berg. I guess that's his older years, but its history has had a lasting impact on former members and families. I don't even know what to say that. I don't. Just stop. Many of whom these people still grapple with the psychological scars left by the group's control and abuse. The Children of God stands as a stark example of how religious movements can exploit power, faith, leading to devastating consequences for those that are involved. And that's all I got on the Children of God, a.k.a. Teens for Christ.
AKA a cult of literally rapists and pedophiles and confusing the minds of young children from a young age.
And the reason they seemed like in London when they were like happy on the streets, because they all thought that was normal. They didn't even think twice about, oh, we're doing something bad.
Well, you have to
You know what I'm saying? They were doing the Lord's work.
you have to wonder how many. I mean, this cult was pretty big in its heyday, right? In multiple countries.
Oh,
I mean, let's see.
I mean, look how it grew from 68
Global
to 72,
expansion.
10,000 members.
Yeah, it says it expanded across continents, especially in communities in Europe, Latin America, and Asia. So that's what made it difficult for authorities to hold the group accountable. You have to,
You know what I'm saying?
but
Yeah.
you just have to wonder how many of like the pedophilia type things we have going on in our country now, like how many of it stems from this, from kids that may have been in this cult for a brief time, because I mean, subconsciously, especially as a young kid, like at 3,
Uh,
you don't even remember.
You
But-
don't. It's
but
just wired.
subconsciously.
No, you remember. Yeah, you remember. So
Are
I'll
you
give
sure?
Yeah. I'll give you statistics. So
Okay.
1 in 9 girls and 1 in 20 boys under the
Oopsies.
age of 18 experience sexual abuse or assault. So I'm gonna give you another stat. So out of all victims under 18, 2 out of 3 are ages 12 to 17,
Yeah.
and then there's 34% are ages 3 to 12. They're about 4 times more likely to develop symptoms of drug abuse, 4 times more likely to experience PTSD as adults, 3 times more likely to experience a major depressive episode as adults. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty bad, dude. So, like,
Yeah.
every 9 minutes, there's sexual abuse that happens in America. Every 9 minutes to kids. and that's awful, right? And I
Horrible.
and I want to say, that as a victim myself at a young age, around
Yeah.
3,
Yeah.
4. Oh,
Yeah.
you remember it.
Yeah.
You remember it. And I wanted to, this is a very. I didn't know this much about this cult,
Oh, this craziness of
No,
it?
I didn't. I really didn't. And it sucks. But I want to tell people that are listening to this, if there are a lot of people in the world that have experienced sexual abuse as a kid and as an adult, as a teen, that there is help available, and that you don't have to suffer in silence for years.
Mm-hmm.
And some people, it's so traumatic that they bury it so deep that they don't remember. But there is help available. I mean, if you have suffered and you're a victim, I always give out hotlines to, there's a hotline. It's 1-800-656-4673. There's also a website called RAIN, website for, there's just resources and things that you can get to help you. But it is sad, man. It's a sad state when it's the kids,
Yeah.
You just don't, like Byron, you said earlier, it change. I mean, it is. And so, for example, some people, when it's that young and you're developing that young and it's integrated into your psyche, things that you do, like you said, they were happy. Yeah. You know what? You start to correlate having sex older as happiness, or just being stable in your emotions as, oh, do you know what keeps me stable in emotions? This
Sex.
and this and
Yeah.
this. And there's so much more to go into it for chemical reasons like dopamine and stuff like that. But it is it for me, just because I've experienced it. It is the most heinous crime.
Yeah.
The most heinous and egregious thing that could happen to a child. They do say,
Because they have no choice in it.
yeah, and they do say that there's that the victims and the survivors of sexual abuse, that there is victory, and I want to be one of those people to tell that are listening that if you have or know somebody, there is light at the end of the tunnel for people that have suffered. But it is, you're not
alone.
You're not alone, and
Yeah.
you're not crazy. You're not weird. You're not sick. You're not broken.
Yeah, you're not all these things.
You're not all those things. But there is help available, so keep that in mind. And if you guys if there's people out there that need to talk about stuff, slide into our email, and I could talk to you. I've dealt with it. I've been through it. I go through it every day. So, reach out to us like Buck.
Yeah.
Not with this, but-
Truth@bottomofthat.com is the email. Or you can just go to our website, leave us a message there on any, you can scroll, just contact us. I'll get the message there. We all get it. Or you can reach out on our Discord server. So that's going to do it for the children of God.
This guy was it was weird.
Yeah.
It's a weird one.
Do we even feel like doing the karaoke? I just kind of feel weird about it.
Yeah. I don't really want to sing after this one.
Yeah, I'm
definitely not going to sing
that
Smells
one,
Like Teen
not,
Spirit.
yeah, that was on the docket, but I just think maybe we should just end the show
Yeah.
on that note that Jason just gave. It's very somber and very serious,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope people can, yeah, if you need help, reach out.
Yeah. And just remember, if you have had some things done to you, you're still valuable.
Hey, you're not
Important to know.
broke. Your life's not over.
Mm-hmm. We love you anyway. And so does Jesus. Not the Jesus they speak about in this weird cult, but the true one.
All right. make sure you visit us at our website at bottomofthat.com. Check out our blog for all our show notes and resource material. From there, you can find us on our social media, our platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter, and also on TikTok. And our handle is Bottom of That. If you're listening on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, any of the video platforms, and you like this episode, do me a favor, share, subscribe, leave a comment. That's going to get the algorithm to push this kind of content out to other people that want to listen to it. If you're listening on any other podcasting platform, please follow, turn on notifications, and make sure you hit that bell on Spotify so you never miss when we publish an episode. Also, go on there and don't forget the question of the week, which is Sir Francis Bacon wrote a number of works under what pen name? That is the question of the week. So scroll down and answer that question. Also, leave us a comment and give us a 5-star rating on Spotify. Hey, you know what? If you did not like this episode, I thank you for tuning in this long, which that's an understatement. If you didn't like it, I can see why you wouldn't like it. But you might want to tune in next week when you might hear Jason say,
Yeah, just stay in it. Keep on going.
I thought you had something for us.
I did.
Okay.